Do you know what I'm most excited about? I'll tell you what I'm most excited about. For some odd reason, I get most excited about the unknown. Today I'm headed to get some material and all the stuff I should need for this 3-day project, an entryway that I'm fixing to build. For those of you who may not know, my name's Austin Ross. I've been a welder for 14 years. Here on this channel, I share tips and tricks for welders, rig welders. If those videos that you're interested in, make sure and subscribe and ring the bell to get notified when I post a new video every Friday. Look at that. First stop, got to pick up my 4.5 inch pipe and 2 3/8, and I'm going to go ahead and price the 1.5 scale 40 here, and I might pick it up also. I'm just so obsessed with logistics. I've learned a lot working on the pipeline and reading books and everything. I've just learned a lot in my 20s, and I'm super stoked about it. Like, still learning, constantly learning. Like, I've been planning this job for roughly a month, I guess, kind of, off and on. Been talking to the customer back and forth for a month, but, you know, made a decision on exactly what we wanted, added some more stuff to it. All the time having to reevaluate, you know, on where to get your stuff, how much stuff to get, and then what order you want to get your stuff in. You know, like, I've got a 20-foot trailer. Me and my brother-in-law bought this trailer years ago. Went in on it. It's a 20-foot with a 5-foot dovetail, tandem dual axle, so it's only 25 foot long. So like, I think the longest stuff I've got to get today is like 30 foot, so 31 feet or something, so it's fine. Speaking of, I forgot my flag. See, I already forgot something, but it's all good. I got some tape in here. But anyway, I love logistics. I love planning the work, and I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it. I think because I used to be a fly by the seat of my pants guy, and just didn't think there's any need to plan that much, or I didn't know how, or I didn't have that influence to plan so much. But I absolutely love it. You know, it just, a tie-in man once told me on the pipeline, those of you that have been on the pipeline, you understand welders, those of you that are welders, really anybody, you can appreciate a good tie-in man, because if they don't have their ducks in a row, it's kind of unenjoyable to work for, you know, or at least it is for me. So anyway, I really appreciate a good tie-in man, and I had the privilege of working for like a couple in the 7 or 8 years that I pipelined, and there's lots more out there. I just didn't get the privilege of working for them. But one tie-in man told me once, he said, he grew up pipelining, you know, his dad was a pipeliner and everything, but he said, plan your work and work your plan. And I don't know, I just loved it, you know. So just plan as much as you can. I mean, you're gonna have hiccups, right? Stuff's gonna happen. But if you're always shooting for perfection, you'll have less room for error. You know, I got a list on my phone of the 4 places I gotta stop at and all the stuff I need from all those places. So anyway, let's get some pipe.
Good morning. Thank you for calling the railroad yard. This is Michelle. How can I help you?
Yeah, I just need to pick up some pipe. I tell you what, it's a lot of steel. I love it. I am waiting on the guys to bring my pipe rounding up some 4.5 inch pipe and some 2 3/8, and they're gonna bring me some caps and clips. A good example of the logistics that I'm talking about is a lot of this is because I don't have my own equipment yet. Because if I didn't have to wait on skid steer, I could get home with all this and rearrange it with skid steer. But since I don't have that, I have to think ahead, which I like personally because it challenges me and it makes me think and think of the order of doing stuff. And that's huge whenever doing a project. So anyway, I plan on getting a pallet of concrete today, but I cannot move it until tomorrow. So whenever I load it today, I'm gonna have to put it on one side or the other. I'm gonna need concrete, pallet of concrete, tank of water, which is gonna take up this front 4 foot of this trailer. And then the back, right after that, I'm gonna lay my post, my 4.5 inch post that I'll have all cut to length. That's all I'll need tomorrow. And then I'll go to the city, pick up the skid steer in the morning, and it'll be on the, right over the axles back here. Anyway, just trying to think ahead on all that stuff. Right, loaded, good to go. I totally did not get any footage because I got to talking to this guy. I pulled up behind me here. He's getting some pipe also for a project. And anyway, got to talking to him. He's from Pawnee area, which is like 30 minutes from where I live, you know, little town around here in Oklahoma. And anyway, knows a few of the same people I do. Got to talking and didn't even have my camera ready, but that is okay. I apologize to you guys for not getting the footage of all this stuff being loaded. But one thing that I wanted to point out was that here we go. Let y'all see him loading his stuff. Looks like he's got his pipe loaded. They're loading his gates now. Anyway, what I want to point out is that it is good to socialize with people, get to know people, conversate. That is how you get your name out there. Just building relationships, you know. We didn't even talk. I didn't ask him if he needed any welding done. I didn't ask him, you know, it's not about that. It's just conversating, letting people, you know, just know about you, you know. It's just building those relationships and networking. That's why it's good to allot time for socializing. Like there's only 4 places I have to go today. Did I already mention that? But I may run into people, visit with new people, run into people I already know, and it's good to take that time and visit and just enjoy it, you know, enjoy the fellowship of others, you know. Hello.
Alrighty, Austin, I got her pulled up here. Looks like it's gonna be your total. Are you tax exempt, sir?
No, I am not.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Total $665.91.
Alrighty.
Just a second.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, bud. Bye.
Alright, we're loaded down. Got my caps and clips. What do y'all do to prep for work? What are some tips and tricks as far as, like, do you take a day to get all your material? Do you get it in the morning before you head to the job? Or what kind of logistic things do you do to plan your work? Let me know in the comments. The great town of Stillwater, Oklahoma. There's the feed mill. That is where we're going. Get some concrete, T-post, come on. Feels good. Love working. Absolutely love it. Move my old truck. Thought old dude was gonna paint my truck. He's over there priming some lintels is what they call it. This right here is Stillwater Steel. It's where I lived for 3 years right out of high school. Right back here. Show y'all the shop I worked in. The shear, brake press, and the welding area. That guy used to be me. That's where I lived and worked and learned all kinds of stuff for 3 years right out of high school. But now I gotta strap this load down and then head to the house. Alright, got her all tied down. Ended up running a strap underneath here and around that pipe, and then wrap some tape around the end of this. That is actually something that I learned from working here, from loading people out and just watching people how they loaded and stuff. So even something as basic as strapping stuff down, I learned right here at this place. So anyway, I'm gonna pull around now, and I actually got to go in here and visit with Brad about a different job. Guy that works in here, and he can get with me on drawing some deal for a stainless, some dish pits that I'm trying to get a quote on, more or less. So then I'll be headed to the house. Safe and sound, backed in the driveway here. Once I get the post cut to length and everything on here, I gotta go get some fittings for my water tank, and then I will be set to go tomorrow. Pick up skid steer first thing, and then go pop holes and set post. Alright, here's what I got so far. Got the water started. Concrete, water, post. See how long it takes this thing to fill up with water. After I get this filled up, and I'll go to town and get some fittings to connect to that tank to where a water hose can hook onto it. That way I can fight fire with this water, but also I can set all this concrete in these holes with these posts with the water also. So to answer the question, why I get so excited about the unknown. I get excited because not knowing what's around the corner, and what I mean by that is no matter how much logistics you have planned out, no matter how much you've planned your plan, and you plan on working your plan, things always come up. I've already had a couple of hiccups, not even anything serious, just the length of this 2 3/8 pipe over here. For some reason, with all the calculating and different places I was checking to get it, I didn't realize that the pipe I decided to go with was the certain length it was, so I had to refigure real quick. And like I didn't figure out how many clips I was gonna need for how many T-posts, which it's real quick. Those numbers are real quick for some people, you know, like it's not that big a deal. But just the fact that I thought I had all my bases covered and I didn't have them covered, so it's like no matter how much you plan, there's always gonna be a hiccup. And that's what I get excited about, is because you learn from it. Because now I know that each T-post comes with 5 clips. Like I didn't know that whenever before, because I had never went and bought T-posts, I don't think, for a job. I've helped a lot of people put up T-post stuff, but I've never actually done that part of it. So that's what I like about the unknown, is the learning, what you learn from the unknown. But you have to take that leap of faith by like taking on the challenge before you can dive in and start learning. Definitely plan. I'm a huge believer in planning, more so than I've ever been. mostly due to Kayla probably, but I love it because as much bases as you can cover, the better off you are in the long run. And still expect things to come up, you know, but just be willing to learn from the speed bumps or hiccups or whatever, you know. That's what I like about the unknown. You're not sure. Hiccups, or even the serious hiccups, like if you hit a water line when you're digging, or if you hit it, I mean, like, for goodness sake, I hope I don't. Like, I don't wish that on nobody, but like if you do, then you're not as nervous about it. Like, it still might be stressful. I don't want to be too optimistic, like, oh, you know, you can hit a gas line and it'll be okay. No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, if you do hit a phone line or something, like, it's scary, it's stressful. Trust me, I get stressed and I don't like messing up like that. I do not like it at all. But it's like, if something like that happens, or something less serious, you know, not a gas line or a water line or something, but like, if it happens, it prepares you for next time. That it gives you experience, it makes you think about it, you won't forget it. So that is what I love about the unknown. So that's my advice. That brings me to the end of this video, is be willing to take on the challenge and learn from the unknown. Be excited about what's around the corner and just be ready for it. And whenever it comes, just learn from it. Try to learn from it, soak it in, remember it. Think there will be a next time, and I'm gonna remember it this next time. That's my advice. Y'all have an awesome weekend, and remember, learn something every day. Thanks for watching.